Good morning, disc golf fans. My name is Shawn, and this is Howling Heiser Disc Golf. I'm coming to you this morning from beautiful but very technical Bennett's Creek Disc Golf Course in Suffolk, Virginia. And today we're going to do my 2026 in the bag. I have been competing for a couple of years now, somewhat. This year I've taken a more serious look at it, and I figured what time better to do some YouTube than now. I've got 4 tournaments under my belt so far this year, with 1 first place and 3 second place finishes, which then secured me an invitation to the North American Disc Golf Championship in Austin, Texas this October. So what better than document my journey from now until that championship, and then we'll see what happens from there. But for now, I'll talk to you about the discs that I have in my bag and what they work for me. And they may change throughout the year as I find different things that work better, or maybe they beat in, don't work the way I want them to anymore. But there's going to be some staples that stay in my bag throughout the year. We'll start with the putters, and then we'll finish out with the drivers. And here we go. So for putters, I was putting with the Discmania Warden. I think it's Discmania. But they got a little beat up and weren't feeling right anymore. So for this rest of this season, we're going to the Latitude 64 Peak. It's a 3301, so it's got just a touch of hyzer stability to bring it back at the end of the putt, which I tend to miss to the right side, so having it come back a little bit might just actually be very helpful. This is the Royal Plastics, so it's nice and smooth, but not over gummy or soft like some of the putters out there are. My Wardens were just getting a little too beat up, so we decided to take on the Peak and see what happens. For some of my approach discs, I have 6. I have 6 approach discs that I plan on trying out this year. First off, I have the Fused Zone that came out, I think, nope, had it right the way first time. Late last year, I fell in love with the Fused Buzz, as you'll see in a little bit. And so I decided to give the Fused Zone a try and see if it works just as good as my Buzz does. New disc to the bag this year is the PA5. I was looking for an understable putt approach disc, and a couple of them popped up on some YouTube, some Google searches and stuff like that. So I've got a couple to try this year, and we're going to try the PA5. Another one, I got the Silva Saranen Spin. Nice and soft, great, beautiful stamp. And I've thrown it a few times, and it's very nice. For a more overstable approach, I have the Z-Flex Kratos. It's got a nice, dependable, stable flight to it, and it can flex a little bit if I need to. For a lot of my upshots that I need some touch to, I have the Streamline Range. Nice, soft plastic, feels real good in the hand. It's a 2-1 negative half. Will hold pretty much any line I throw it on, hyzer and hyzer, straight. Last year, just on a casual run, I threw in about a 90-foot toss, put it in the basket. So it became a staple in my bag. And then everybody's favorite, for a lot of people, the Berg. Beautiful dye job. Picked this one up off of eBay. And it's one of the real soft Bergs, so it just floats, and pretty much wherever it lands, it stays there. So that's what we got for putt approaches and putts. We'll go through some of the mid-ranges I have. I have a bunch of those because I've learned that they work great for me. Starting off with, as I was talking about earlier, the Fused Buzz. Picked this one up at 2024 Worlds when I was out watching the pros, and this is the first run that they did out there, and they released it out there, and it has been in my bag ever since, and it is an amazing For a buzz, it's amazing. It's straight to slightly understable, but it will pretty much hold whatever line I throw it on as well. A disc that I have fallen in love with over the last, I don't know, years, 6 months to a year, the Castiplas Sve. It's a 5.6 and -1.0. I can throw this dead straight and love the way it flies, and it just has the slightest dropout stability at the end, but it works great. For my overstable mid-range, or the Streamline Runway, this thing is a beast when it comes to a mid-range. No matter what I do to it, it will pull out and dump out with stability. So it's great if I need to get around a corner that I just don't have a shot to see. And it's got a decent little skip to it when it hits the ground. So this is definitely for my very stable up shots or mid-range throws that I need to have. New one I'm still learning right now is the Latitude 64 compass. Picked this up at a tournament earlier this year and thrown it a few times. I haven't really used it in a round yet. We're going to try it out today when I play after this video. Seems very nice. It's a 5501, so it's got just a touch of stability to it, but for the most part, it's just a beautiful flight. Feels great in the hand. Got a nice little flex to the disc, so it flies really well. Another new one to the bag is the Buzz SS. Picked this one up thanks to Played Against Sports in Chesapeake. They hooked me up with a little bit of plastic for this journey that I'm going on, trying to get to the championship. And throwing this in the field, testing it a little bit, this is the most dead straight buzz I've ever thrown, and this thing flies. Easily probably one of the straightest discs I've ever thrown. And then for the last one, for my understable discs, I have the Star Fox. I dyed that myself. I think it looks great. It was supposed to be black, but turned out gray, but it actually works out. This is a 5.6 -2.1, and it was probably one of my favorite discs of Inna, and I also have the Halo Fox. This one is very understable. This one is understable, but just a slight stability at the end. It likes to come back just a touch. So they work really good for me. We'll go up to our fairway drivers. Have a handful of them. First up is MVP's Simon Line Boca Latte. Big fan of Simon. Been following him since I started my journey with disc golf 5 years ago. One of the ones that watching the pros inspired me to try it. Love pretty much every disc he's released. Still waiting on a few of them that I've seen him throw. Boca tends to be a beautiful, slightly understable, but comes back a little bit fairway driver. Nice 7-speed. Just gets out there and flies. Love it. New one that I've been toying around with is the Latitude 64 Mall. Coming to find I like a lot of Latitude 64 discs, especially their plastics. It feels great. This is a 7.7, one of the only ones I've known. I think the River is a 7.7, but glides like crazy, understable, but comes back a little bit, and looking forward to see what else I could do with this disc. For another understable that you can't see the stamp on it, this was the Doug Ferrio signature disc for Marlin Discs. It's a local Virginia company. Neptune Discs. This is the Marlin. This is a 7.4 -4.1, I believe. It's been a while since I've looked at numbers for this one. Extremely understable. If I throw this flat, it turns over and just keeps going. Might be a great understable roller disc. I haven't tried it on that one yet, but I've been thinking about it. Just haven't toyed with that idea. Funny story is, I was one of the 50 people that suggested the name Marlin to Neptune Discs for their fairway driver, and out of the 50 of us, fortunately, I wasn't the one that got picked to win it, but I was one of the ones that submitted that name to them. Feels great. I love their plastic. I just wish they had more discs out there to toy around with besides the 4 that they have. Looking forward to seeing if they get any bigger and drop more discs. But yeah, Marlin's a good one if you guys can get your hands on it. One I just put back in my bag, haven't thrown for a very long time, is the Axiom Discs Crave. Just picked up this beautiful Proton Crave at a tournament, and threw it long time ago when I first started, but at the time I was still learning how to throw and learning what discs work for me, and thought has changed over the last couple of years with how I throw and what I throw, so I figured I'd throw the Crave back in my bag and give it another shot. A staple in my bag, and has been a staple in my bag for quite a few years, is the Halo Leopard 3. Beautiful flight. Everybody knows this disc if you've been around disc golf for any length of time. Beautiful flight, great feel in the hand, very dependable, flies exactly how you expect it to fly every time you throw it. And last, my overstable, beautiful, I love this disc, it has done some good shots for me, is the Castoplast CAX. It's a 6403, very overstable, has a lot of integrity, holds that line, loves doing nice little flex throws through trees and stuff like that. But if you throw it on any kind of hyzer, it's going to stay on hyzer regardless of the fact. On to my drivers. I have a bunch. They range from understable to overstable, and we'll go from my slowest one to my fastest one. Recently put this in the bag. I've never had one before. This is the 2024 Nate Sexton Firebird. It has the integrity that you expect. I believe this is a glow one as well. Has the integrity that you expect with a Firebird. It does great flex shots, big huge hyzer shots, and will never not give you that. A new one that not a whole lot of people know about, but and it's newer to my bag, the Gateway Discs Foundation Signature Mold Cornerstone. It's a 9.5 -22, so it's got some good turn to pull you away from some stuff, but still has that 2 integrity to bring you back to where you're trying to go. This is one of their first runs of it. This is the NXT-G plastic from Gateway. Feels really good. Still learning it, so we'll see how it goes. One that's been in my bag for a long time, not this particular disc, but I had one before that I lost, unfortunately. The Castoplast Falk. Very understable 9-speed from them. It's a 9.6 -21. It stays on, if you throw it on anhyzer, it stays on anhyzer and doesn't really try to fight back. At least this one, this is their K1 soft plastic. This pretty much stays however I throw it. But if I throw it flat, and it's got a nice little turn to the right a little bit and just a touch of fade to come back. Another one I've come to love that I didn't think about for a long time. Everybody talks about it. It's always a passion. This is a 2024 World's Release Passion, one of Paige Pierce's, and it has become a staple in my bag. Great for flat shots. I just want a little bit of hyzer to come out of. My arm speed's not quite up enough to really get this thing to get full flight because of its stability. But if I give it just a little bit of anhyzer, I get a decent flight out of it. I have 2 of these. Just picked this one up recently, thanks to Palladium Sports again. This is the Halo Team Champion Series Dennis Augustson Gorgon. I fell in love with the Gorgon when they released it. Beautifully understable disc. But luckily I was able to find this one, and it has just a touch of stability, so it doesn't turn over and just dump out. I have a Star one that I have at home. It dumps out so bad that to the right when I throw it understable. I was using it for a roller disc for a while. It was so understable. This one seems to have a lot more stability to it. I also have a Champion fly die. Forget what Innova's version of it is. I call it my Captain America disc, the Gorgon. This one has integrity, will hold the numbers almost dead true. It turns out a little bit, but still fades back. This is probably one of my big bomber discs. If I'm trying to get like a lot of distance and not really fighting any headwind. One of the ones I used very first one I ever played and loved it, but then didn't know how to throw, was learning how to throw, and it turned out that it wasn't working. But I brought back the Innova Wraith. This is the Nathan Queen 2021 Pro Tour Champion disc. I love the stamp on this one. Picked this up off of somebody off of Facebook, and it is glow and it is stable. This one, it will fight to get left no matter how I throw it. Still trying to see exactly how it fits in my bag. I have a couple other ones that work just as well, but this one, I don't know, I've always been a fan of the Wraith. I know a lot of people are, and I just wanted to bring it and give it a shot in my bag again. One of my favorite stamps, and I got the last two are some of my favorite stamps I've ever come across. This is the Discmania Metal Flake Sea Line PD Lone Howl 3. I was out here last week, and this one in a headwind, great flight, held its stability, and still dropped in just like I wanted to on the big par 5 out here. This one was on my wall for a while just because I love how it looks. But I'm a Wolf fan. I gotta have something in my bag, and these last two discs are definitely the ones that fit that. Love this disc. The last one is my big boy. It's I believe it's MVP Octane, or it's an Axiom Octane. It's one of their discs. But the stamp was just absolutely amazing. This is probably one of the coolest stamps I've ever come across. I have a Vault at home that has a different stamp that probably will never see the light of day on a disc golf course. This is, I need big shot, big hyzer, quite stable disc. But if I put a little bit of anhyzer on it, I get some crazy distance flight out of this. I'm still not a 350 or above thrower, but hey, never know. Maybe one day I'll get there. But yeah, the Octane is actually a really good disc for y'all. Some of the things I got in my bag, I have the Zuka bag cart. I have the Dynamic Discs Commander cooler bag, Infinite putter pouch, Infinite Discs putter pouch, the Power Pocket. The minis I use an aluminum mini. If you can see it, it's got the Mandalorian helmet on it. This was given to me by somebody at a tournament almost 3 years ago. I complimented on it, and he turned and handed it to me into the tournament. I don't remember his name, but I'll always be grateful that he gave me this aluminum mini. I love it. We also have the Revisry rangefinder off of Amazon. It's one of the few that I've found that you can change from meters, yards to feet. So it works really good for obviously disc golf because we measure in feet, unlike golf with yards. Towels. I do have one of the suction cup ball retrievers. It's been working good. And also, if you see me carrying a bag in any of my videos, for now it was the Carbella bag. Met the creators of this at Worlds. Small company. If you want a really good, inexpensive bag, these usually run about $90 on their website. They have 4 or 5 different patterns. This one is really cool. I got it's like a pink and light blue and purple cell dye one for my wife. You never know, you might see her out here with me in one of these videos, but I got her into it a little bit, but she gets all the pretty stuff. So, but no, great bag to carry, very inexpensive, nice rigid plastics that they got for the sides. Big pocket at the top, another pocket here, another pocket here, full water bottle pockets, 2 big side pockets, even a small pocket on the front side of the bag. But no, this is a really good bag. But yeah, that is me in a nutshell, my 2026 in the bag. Oh, and shout out to Primestry through Amazon. They got great customizable disc golf jerseys that you can get your name and your PGA number on the back or whatever. Also rocking the Vessies Stormburst Lows. Well, I was skeptical with them, but I love them. They are great shoes, especially if you got any kind of water on your fairways, muck from rain or anything like that. They are just as waterproof as they claim to be. But that's me in a nutshell. And that is my 2026 in the bag, and we'll see how we do on the road to the championship in October. Thank you.